Hello, Flosstube. I am back for another episode, a little bit longer than I wanted in between episodes, but holidays, and so it was just hard to get one filmed. This is episode number 36. Sorry, I have my notes over here, so that's why I'll look down there. So I have some finishes to show you. I actually did get a couple finishes done at the end of the year. One was a Christmas gift for my parents, so I will insert a couple of pictures here. It was the Bushland Quaker by Mojo Stitches. It was a lot of fun to do and they really enjoyed it. So I will insert some pictures of that. And then we'll just get started with my other ones. This is Barbara Anna. It was the Mystery Stitch Along. Whoops. From 2021. And all I had left to do were these Krynic stars here at the top. And it took a while for my L&S to get the Krynic in. And then it took a while for me to stitch them once I did get it. I think this has been released now as a pattern, and I believe it's called like Dreaming Mrs. Claus or something like that, but I just love it. So I'll have to get that fully finished for next winter, really. It could be just a winter one. It's not just Christmas. And then the other finish that I had, pull my stuff a little closer to me, was the Mini Bouquet Sampler. This is Jeanette Douglas. And my husband may be coming home in the middle of this, so I may have to do this in two sections. So I'll just get as much done as I can before he gets home. So this is the Mini Bouquet Sampler, Jeanette Douglas. There's the whole thing. I have not ironed it, so sorry, it still has creases in it. But it was really a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing it. I'm trying to see where I'm showing you. Really pretty bouquets, and I didn't keep up with it throughout the year, but I did get it finished before the end of the year. So I finished these two off because I didn't want them taking up spots on my Whip Warriors list. So I think I've talked about that before in my plans. I'm in the Whip Warriors group, and I've been in a bunch of Facebook groups, but this year I'm trying Whip Warriors instead of Whip Go. And so I'm doing the 23 and 23, so I'm only allowed to have 23 whips worked on at the same time. I have way more than that, but that I can actually work on throughout the year. If I finish something, I can pull something in its place. But if I decide I don't want to work on one of those, then it just eats up a spot. So I wanted to get like those two that were close, done, and out of the way before I started the new year. So then I had to have a couple of new starts for the new year because you had to have 200 stitches on them for them to count as a part of your whips. And I have 21 listed on in my album right now, so I've got two spots that I can bring something in if I want to, because I know there'll be something that comes up this year I'll want to do. But this is a new start. This is Aquamarine. And this is, I forgot to tell you on the others what count they were on. So I didn't get very much start on this, but I got enough for it to count. This is 32 count Artichoke. And that's all I have done. But I just love the colors in this one, so it's going to be a lot of fun to do. So the Mini Bouquet Sampler, let me tell you what it's on real quick because I forgot to do that. It is on 32 count Dead Sea Scroll from Hand Dyed by Steph. And then the Barbara Anna one is 32 count Dove, I believe it says. I don't have my glasses on because they glare too much. So that makes it harder to read sometimes. Okay. Moving on. The next whip I worked on, so this was another new start. And this is, so the rest of these now are in my album. Oh, I'm going to have to pause and come back later. Okay, I'm back. It was nothing to you, and it wasn't really that long. So I'm going to try and get the rest of this in before we eat lunch. So, my next start was the Big City Christmas. This is the department store. So this is a series by Country Cottage. So this is the first one. And I am doing them all on one piece of fabric. And this is, if I have a piece of paper, that will be easier to read than the little slip. 32 count country French cafe mocha. And I have a long piece of it because I'm going to do them on one piece of fabric. But that's where I am. So this is now my lunch project. So I work on it just 30 minutes a day at lunch. So I don't know how many stitches. I don't count stitches. I probably should, like, once a week count the stitches and put them towards some game that I'm in. So that was a new start. And then I have a start and a finish. So I don't have pictures of these. They're I got them off of Etsy from Stitching with the Housewives. So it's City Christmas. There's a series of 4. So this is City Christmas 1. Super cute. I started it and finished it. It was a good one to take in the car as we were traveling home for the holidays. Small and easy to work on in the car, so I did that. And then I started City Christmas 2, and I can't show you the picture because I just have the chart. I can't show you the chart. So this is City Christmas 2. Whoops. It has Santa Claus above the house. There's 2 houses again. But they're super cute. And I'll probably, let me see if one of them had a picture of that. They showed them finished. Yeah, they showed them finished together on a piece from Hobby Lobby. So I'll probably try and do that when I get them all done. But they're gonna have to go away for the rest of the year unless I decide to pull them in as one of my spots. So if I finish something else maybe, because they're not on my Whip Warriors list, so I can't work on them. I think this is gonna be good to help me focus on something. So the next one, I took this with me traveling also and worked on it while I was at my parents'. This is Christmas Alphabet by Prairie Schooler. And trying to get it without the glare of the window and the ring light. So I stitched the P and the Q. So this is what I have done so far. And then over this holiday season, I stitched the P and the Q. This was actually from last year's, not last year, but 2021. Semi-Sane, I think it's in Semi-Sane. They have something to do, like throughout the year, like 2 years ago it was an alphabet, last year it was a calendar. I can't remember what it is this year because I didn't join it because I wanted to work on these 23 whips that I had picked out. So that was actually what I was supposed to work on every month in 2021. That one I did not get finished. Again, that one's gonna have to go away because it's not on my Whip Warriors list, so I can't work on it. All right, the next one. So I think I already talked about this, but my plan, my plans for each month or whatever for this Whip Warriors is I'm going to do, I forgot who all I've seen do this. I think Seasook Stitch does it, but a seasonal Sunday. And I had thought about doing those montages that they're doing, and I actually started the winter one, but I decided I did not need to start 4 new full coverage projects. So I picked out existing seasonal stitches I have, and I'm going to do seasonal stitching on Sunday. So Sunday is Sunday seasonal. So what I'm going to be working on for the winter season, so January and February, and then back at the end of the year in December, is this Shabby Winter Calendar by Kyori Batakori. And this picture is really not a very good picture because it doesn't show you the white. So here's what it really looks like. And so I've been working on number 2, and it's almost done. I think I have a snowflake, and the sign underneath the snow. And that's it. So it's really going to be pretty, and I'll work on it again this Sunday. Okay. I don't know where its project bag went, but somewhere. Oh, that is it. I've got a mess over here. All right, and then on Mondays, I'm going to do Mira Monday. And so I've just picked out, I think I have 4 on my list. And I didn't spin the wheel this time. I just picked the one I wanted to work on. And that is Dressmaker's Daughter. Trying to get it without the glare. And so I had already finished summer. And now I've been working on the autumn. So just working on some of this, filled in a little bit of that. I have a mistake over here, so I'm gonna have to rip out all of that. So that'll be what I'm doing on Monday. And my plan is to work on that mirror for the month. So kind of like my seasonal, you know, work on that mirror for the whole month. And then I'll see some good progress on it on Mondays for the whole month. Okay, I'm gonna put all this back together later. And then my last whip that I worked on is, so I have Seasonal Sunday, and so I have projects picked out for each season. I have Mirror Mondays, and I have, I think, 4 of those. And then I have Full Coverage Fridays, and so I've got projects picked out for that. And the full coverage, I'll spin a wheel and see which one I'm going to work on, which I've done. I'll show you that in a minute. And I'll work on them for the month. But then the rest of the time, I have the rest of my projects, however many it is left, on a wheel, and I'll just spin the wheel and see what I'm going to work on. So I did that Tuesday, and it picked, I gotta find the cover picture for you. Bord de Mer, it's French, by Madame Lefay. Again, really hard to get without glare. That's a little better. So that's what I worked on last night. I think Tuesday night I did a little bit more Mira. And so like I wanted to finish up, I needed like 200 stitches for some of the prompts on my games, and I had like 160 or 140 on the Mira, so I just did another, whatever it took to get to that prompt before I changed. So this is where I am. So this is, the lantern over here is done. And so last night I was just working up here on the rope border. So not too excited to work on, but needs to get done. So, and then the last thing I want to show you, so that's all my whips and my finishes. And so the only other, I won't know what else I'm working on this month until I spin the wheel after I get some more done on the Bord de Mer. So the only other thing I know of I'm going to work on this month is my full coverage. So I spun the wheel, and this month it will be Sea Opal. And so I'll put a picture in of what the full chart will look like. But this is, let me make sure, yeah, this way. This is where I am. Hopefully that's focusing. It's hard to tell. It's all dark colors right now. It's a beautiful chart, and so when I get some more in, it'll really be pretty. So I'm curious to see how much I can get done in a month just working on it on the Fridays of the month. And I haven't decided. So my Riverwalk one, I have converted to Royal Rose. And I started Home for the Winter Royal Rose. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to convert this to Royal Rose or keep diagonal. But the Royal Rose, it's really nice that you don't have to keep turning your Q-snap or your whatever you're holding it in over to finish off the bag. So we'll see. All right, I don't have any haul to show you this time. I did get, I think, a little bit for Christmas, but it's been such a crazy week. We haven't even had time to go through all that and organize it. So next time I'll have some haul to show you, I'm sure. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.